Hello and welcome to another update. In this one, I've worked the whole morning on making my map as accurate as possible. The way I've done this is I have taken a bunch of sources that I use and then I've ranked them accordingly to how trustworthy they are. I've determined that based on three different factors. I'm keeping these factors hidden as it is my way of analyzing. But with this method, there are now sources that I can use by themselves, and then there are sources that I can use in relation to other. So the way that I do this is I rank sources based on three factors, and there are three levels. The first level is A, the second level is B, and the third is C. If a source is ranked A, then that source I can use by itself. Examples of this is Rybar and Syriac mapping, and I think WarMapper is as well. I just have sent them a message to make sure that they are, so I'm communicating with them to basically check if they live up to my standards. But I think preliminary thoughts is that they are. So I'm using these three sources. If Rybar reports something, or Syriac mapping reports something, or WarMapper reports something, then I can use it as a source by themselves. Then there are a bunch of B-level ranks which cannot be used by themselves. If one of them reports something, then I can't use that report until someone else also reports on that. Now, if there is a level C combined with a level B report, then it is likely to be true. I will report on it, but it will be with a grain of salt. And C is likely false, so I will not be reporting on it. What do I do if these reports conflict each other? If it's an A and B that conflicts each other, then I believe the A report. If A and A conflict each other, then it's a contested report. If B and B conflict each other, then I believe neither. And if B and C conflict each other, I'll believe the B one. Okay, so I have ranked a few. This isn't all I'm going to rank. It is the first ones I've ranked. So one is Underkant W, which is a source that I've been using, and I rank him B. So I'll be using his reports combined with other reports, but not by themselves. Then there's Rybar, which I've rated A. Russian Ministry of Defense and Ukrainian Ministry of Defense both are ranked B. So I will not be using either of them by themselves. Syriac mapping is A+, which means that I generally believe most of his stuff, and it is almost a perfect source. There's only one thing that is ranked B, which makes it an imperfect source. If there's a perfect source, then I'll be using everything they say exactly as they say it, because then it is the most reliable source there is out there on this war. So as such, I have completely redrawn my map accordingly to the sources, and you can go and check it out. The link will be in the description, and it will be in the description of all my videos, so you can always check it out. And as you can see, this is the fighting that is happening around the Kherson front line. We see that Borosensky and Pruskinsky are fighting, and that is according to Rybar. So it is a report by itself, and it is reliable. I've changed this front line a bit here and there. There's no history of how I've edited it, but you can compare it to other maps. And then there's Zaitsev South, which is contested by Syriac mapping and Rybar, where Syriac mapping says it's under Ukrainian control and Rybar says it's under Russian control. So I've put it as contested, as both sources are A-level sources. There's the fighting and capture of Ivanrad. So since this is a B-level report, I actually need to delete this, as I cannot report it by itself. Unless someone else reports it, I cannot use it. But Ivanrad has been confirmed by Rybar, so it is true. Here at Bilohorivka, we see WarMapper and Syriac mapping contesting this, where WarMapper says it's under Russian control and Syriac mapping says it's under Ukrainian control. Further north, we see that Syriac mapping says this is under Russian control and these are under Ukrainian control. Dniprova is under Russian control. There's fighting ongoing here around Nevsky. It is contested by both sides. And finally, that according to WarMapper, this is what the Ukrainians have managed to capture Territorial Lyubove. And then finally, everything else has been adjusted. So that is my assessment of the map right now. I've also cleaned it up a bit, so a lot of old reports are gone. And this is And from now on, I believe this will probably be the most accurate mapping. I'll be releasing how I determine whether or not a report is accurate as a book format release, and it will probably cost something. It will not be for free. And the reason for that is because I release all of this information and determination and so on for free. So I want to have some kind of merchandise that I can sell, and I determined that this is probably something I'll be doing. On top of that, I'll also be releasing my analysis and notes about my notes and summary of different books. One of them will be The Art of War, another will be History of War, and so on. So generally, a lot of these war-based history books that determines war strategy and history, I'll be doing some summaries and analysis of these books and releasing them as book format for a price. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.